Spiral, 2 Jews, 2 mics, 2 hours, starting now.
How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm sorry. I have to go. I can't. Well, what if I got cast as someone who has to answer a phone? It's terrible.
I think you. I hope you're self-taping that audition.
Every time I self-tape, I don't get the part.
I think that's true of most actors, however.
But are you mean by the numbers or by how it feels? I just don't like
by the numbers.
Oh. No, but I'm just saying when I have to do my own, when I have to say cut,
right,
and it never looks good to me. I'm always monkeying around with it. I'd rather have a casting director give me instructions. But this was from the days when I used to work.
Right.
I don't work anymore. You know why? Just brother, money, brothers got money. That's why, Mr. Weinstein, I will not do the. That can't be the way it sounded, was it?
No, not so much.
Okay, how about this? Mr. Weinstein. No. Mr. Weinstein. Oh, it's more like this. Mr. Weinstein. Oh, my God. Oh, it's terrible. I told one time I was on the Everybody Loves Raymond. I hate to toot my own horn. They wrote in an episode of me doing an impression of Ray, and they had to change it to John Manfredi because I couldn't do it.
Yeah. I could see that awkward
I know. And I don't feel bad. I mean, in a way I feel bad about it because
well, it's a dangerous game doing an impression of the star of the show, first of all.
Well, yeah, except that he was good natured.
Like at this point in my life, I can't help talking like Joel Hodgson, no matter what I'm talking about it.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'll do it in front of him and I'll have to apologize.
I don't know.
Hey, guys.
Well, without realizing you're doing it, or you know you're doing it?
It's sort of like it's a cross between the two.
Yeah.
It's I know I'm doing it, but I have no governor.
Hey, governor. All right, don't serve it up like that to me.
Who knew I was serving it?
With me, I'm a joker, which is another word for saying a very obnoxious person who can't stop kidding around. And in fact, Susan comments every once in a while that I'm not her comedy partner. We're not doing a bit.
And how does that feel when she says
it?
That?
Feels like it's just the same thing on a don't get me wrong, on a way smaller level than Stephen Colbert said when he came home once. His wife said, "Don't bring that guy home anymore." When he did Colbert,
yeah,
it's just like I'm looking.
In this case, Susan has to go. Please take that guy out of our house. Yeah, but because I'm looking to both get from her what I get from you and her, and that doesn't always work. Love and banter.
She doesn't want to be the straight man,
right? She won't sit there. She won't sit there going right. Yeah.
What's that?
She won't sit there going right. Yes.
I can do what you do.
Well, because there's no win in a yes and for her, because then the and comes.
Well, especially since some of the stuff is like I get into a Ricklesy type thing around the house.
Yeah.
That's nice, Susan. Where'd you get that cup? Cups are us or whatever. It's not even good jokes.
Right.
They're not even they're just me. You know what I'm doing? I'm exercising that muscle, Josh.
Yeah, but you're only exercising part of it. You're only exercising the rhythm. Excellent
insight. And if I were to mix it up a little bit, maybe she wouldn't be so upset about it. Now, she's not that upset about it. She just has cut it out.
Right. Which is the right thing to say.
Yes, who needs it? I was afraid to tell you that I found something that I enjoyed today.
Uh-oh. Because
it's not good for me to enjoy it. These Brooklyn bagels that are made frozen and flown from New York as whole bagels. This is a trend now. They're whole bagels and they're frozen.
I have yet to buy a half bagel from anybody, I have to say.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Right. Oh, my God. I just realized what I'm talking about couldn't possibly happen. There would be no way frozen pre-sliced bagels would be sold.
Yes.
Okay, so take that part of it out. I remember I had a Lender's bagel years ago. It was the size of a quarter.
Yeah.
No.
Well, so it was just a lender.
What's that?
It was just a lender. It was like a loan.
I actually, through my college years, of course, you don't have this experience. I grew up.
Because I didn't go to college? Yes, I know. Okay, I dropped out for a puppet show. Yes.
when I grew up in New York, I was very spoiled and very much like a hack New York comic, if anybody ever met me. And the pizza sucks here. We're upstate now. How come the pizza can't be good? So when I was in school, Lender's frozen bagels kind of got me through college.
Yeah.
As poor substitute for bagel. Because the bagels up in Binghamton, New York were not great.
Huh.
Hey, listen to me. That would be what's wrong with me making just a boring comment about a place in the country that no one really is familiar with and doesn't even know what I'm talking about.
All right. Well, you were talking about how you used to be obnoxious because you talked about bagels a lot, and now.
You know, maybe I should say it this way, Josh. I'm a simple man.
Yeah.
Simple man.
I like a carb, and I like it whole.
I don't know if we should talk about this, or maybe we shouldn't talk about it, and I don't know what's happening with it, but Jeff Garland seems to be in trouble from his behavior on the set, or that he didn't have behavior in the set. And I'm not saying yay, I'm not saying nay.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, should I withdraw my apology to him?
I think you can just let it lie. But I did have a bizarre, I was driving up to Santa Barbara the other day, and I had 2 conversations in my car with people, and both of them contained Jeff Garland as an asshole stories. that were unprompted by me.
Well, right, and initially when I had the falling out with Jeff Garland and I felt like I needed to apologize because I felt I sandbagged him a little bit, you could not believe not millions of them, but John Henson. You know John Henson?
Yeah.
He's a very sweet guy.
I mean, I don't know him, but yeah.
Yeah, but you know of him, right?
I know mostly because he replaced Kinnear on Talk Soup.
Right. So he contacted me and said that Garland had screamed at him, to do cleaner. He does clean material. I don't know if you ever seen him. He's a clean act, and Garland was yelling at him to clean. I mean, I think he's had this kind of behavior for years and years. So I had a lot of people come up and tell me about these horrible stories about him. I know I believe he threw something across the room at an assistant.
Yeah.
Things like that.
Yeah. I don't know him at all, so I can only go, doesn't seem that inconsistent with the public image.
How did it come up in the car?
I don't want to say because I don't allow people.
Oh, I thought you were. I thought for once you were introducing a story, and I was going to encourage it as opposed to just not even realizing you were.
No, I was just noting the coincidence of you bringing it up on the heels of this.
All right, let's start this way then. Where were you doing it?
Because the one thing I'll tell you is the 2 stories had nothing to do with his behavior on the Goldbergs.
Oh, no. I don't know why I'm laughing, but no, people have disliked him for many, many years, for many different reasons.
It doesn't seem like impulse control is really his forte.
You know what else is not his forte? Being that funny. And yet he has convinced people that he is hilarious, that this act of his is off the charts, original.
Yeah.
I think he's a good actor when he's on Curb and things like that, but I don't see him as a why am I doing this, Josh? Isn't it more about
I don't know.
No, why? Why, Josh? You must know why. You've known me long enough to know why I bring these
because
up.
Every apology is a wound to you.
Yeah. So what's the point of apologizing then?
Right.
What was the point of it? Lou Schneider, I can say this, Lou Schneider.
Who I like Lou Schneider. Let's say nice
I love Lou Schneider. He works on that show, and so he works on the Goldbergs. So, and he's friends with Garland, but everybody. But the thing is, he was telling me, he said, why'd you apologize to him? Wasn't a good idea. Because I think his point was it would go to his head.
Yeah.
He does have that. So what he has, because I've seen it from his stand up, is I'm not going to, and I can be guilty of this too. Like, I've prepared no material. At least I'll say, I've prepared no material, and I feel bad about that. He says, I've prepared no material because why should I? I am in the moment right now.
Right.
There can't be nothing. Right, and then he'll do words like this. Right, Grandpa? A little bit like Harlan Williams, but Harlan Williams can actually be funny just saying nonsensical words.
Yeah.
All right, let's go on. Who else should we take down? Who else? Who else is going? Who else is? No one's safe from my diseased mind. Now, you went to Santa Barbara. That was for the Rich Scheidner show?
It was indeed. I went 3 nights. I'm I'm really fucking sick of driving back and forth to Santa Barbara. I'll tell you that much.
Oh, wait a second. Oh, you didn't stay there?
No.
Oh, but you should have.
I commuted.
Oh, you commuted. That is a long drive at 1 a.m.
Yeah, it wasn't thankfully at 1 a.m. The show was at 7 and I was on the road usually by like 9:30. So.
But it's not, maybe the first time you go up there, you go, oh, it's almost like going from the valley somewhere to another part of LA. Then you quickly dissuade yourself that that's what it is.
Yes. This ain't Thousand Oaks.
This isn't your father's Thousand Oaks. This isn't like, just go to Camarillo and continue on a little further. And now I always will promote this place. I haven't been there in years, but La Superica is one of the best Mexican places I've been to. It's on Milpitas.
Yeah.
So you're saying, Andy, I don't really need a travelogue of Santa Barbara.
It's true. I don't.
True.
Although I did no exploration. I went straight to the venue and went home each time.
Ah. Yeah, that's the thing. I still have it in my mind. I still have a little bit of that feeling when I first went out on the road. I get to Santa Barbara early. I'll check out that beach, and then I'll go buy this thing.
Right.
And then that ends. That ends very quickly. Not very quickly. I did a normal amount of sightseeing. Oh, God. What is it?
I'm so glad you said, oh, God, and not
but besides the fact that it's not interesting, what is it? What the fuck is it?
I don't know.
What am I saying?
You've got a lot of energy.
Person?
You've got a lot of energy. I think you're...
And I'm an interesting person.
You are an interesting person, absolutely. You have a lot of levels, a lot of layers.
You're
very much like a Jewish onion to peel.
I thought you were saying the Jewish onion. So there would be like fake stories about Reformed Jews.
That's also your superhero name.
What do I love? I don't think you love as much as I do being Jewish. Yes, you do. I don't know.
I like it differently than you. I think.
You like the food?
It's the food that gets me.
Or the hours?
I like I don't know what I like. I've always liked being different because of the Minnesota Jew factor.
Yeah. Because people don't.
Your experience doesn't make you different as a Jew.
My experience doesn't make me different?
Right. I mean, because you're a Queens Jew.
Well, it does in terms of when you were as I said, when I went up to New York upstate and got the Lender's Bagels. When you grow up in New York, you think you are a Jew and you know all about Jews.
Right.
And we look down our noses at people from Minnesota.
And then someone gives you a Torah quiz.
Yes. And then you quickly. I certainly hope it isn't what is the Torah, because I'm really not sure. Right. I know it rolls out on 2 things, right?
It does.
Did you went up there and did the thing, right?
Yeah, it's called the bar mitzvah, Andy.
Yeah, and you did the Haftorah?
I did.
You ready? Baruch Hu es Adonai hamavarach, Baruch hamavarach le'olam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai. Oh, a little up tongue. Alachenu. Okay, that's it. But that's not bad. Not bad. But no. What is it good for? Why am I bragging about it?
That is the blessing you were about to do a Torah reading.
That's right. It's before the Torah reading.
Correct. And after, I believe.
Yeah, but you had... See, the thing is this.
I think I'm doing that prayer at my nephew's bar mitzvah this weekend.
That's unbelievable. Wait a second. You do it before... Do you sing... is there any singing going on?
Generally, yes. Or chanting, because I think it's more.
I was not allowed to chant.
Yeah.
Because I had... And I felt very... what's it called when you feel like you didn't get your due?
Gypped?
I don't use that one. You can. I'm more like... So, when I was having a bar mitzvah, it was right in the middle, I guess, the biggest part of the baby boom, maybe.
Yeah.
So everybody had to have double bar mitzvahs.
Oh, really?
And I did not enjoy that.
There was some of that going on when I was a kid, but I found a clean week.
And so they wouldn't let me sing because the other guy didn't want to sing.
You had to not sing because the other kid was incapable?
They asked me, they said to me, do you think it'd be all right if you didn't? And I said, okay, that's fine. But I wanted to sing.
Yeah.
I wanted to chant. It's not like singing that's that hard. I could have pulled it off.
Right. No, I mean, just by what you've retained in the ensuing 60 years or so, said you had it down.
And the other thing
Sorry,
that
I didn't mean
felt,
to cheat you. 50 years.
please don't make me. But here's the thing. The other thing that I felt a little depressed about, but not like horribly depressed about, I was depressed that I made $503 at my bar mitzvah.
It wasn't enough?
Right. In other words, I know that sounds bad, right?
Yeah, a little.
Like, how can I...
What was the figure you had in mind going in?
What most people were making? Maybe kids lied. Maybe they were lying.
Yeah.
I heard about people making $3,000-$4,000, and not only did I make $503, just the worst, not the worst gifts, but just like, I love my Uncle Alan.
Bookends with your name engraved in them and stuff.
No. My Uncle Alan gave me. And I love that he did this, but he gave me 3 stock things. One, American Built Right.
Yeah.
One, and the idea was, what a marvelous introduction to a young fellow.
Right.
To get into the stock. So that was no good. And
I got some Dayton Hudson stock.
You got what?
I got some Dayton Hudson stock from a friend's parent. which is now sitting in a unclaimed property file in Minnesota because it was in my father's name, and I just didn't want to go through the hell of dealing with his death certificate and stuff to reclaim it.
If you wanted to ask me honestly, and I don't think you would want to ask me honestly, the money, I think, I would have liked to have made more money. That would have been a fun story, but I don't think I was upset about the money, except I can remember the exact amount.
Right.
503.
Yeah, I guess so. Who gave you 3 is what I want to know. Did someone go for 13 because of your age?
How did that go? It was 12 times. How many times is 18 going to 503?
It doesn't.
It doesn't. But I was more upset about not being able to sing, and also about the fact that they, I've told the story a lot. They censored me, right? You've heard this one, right?
Go for it. Go for it again. We're on the topic.
Okay. I had written as a joke in my speech, because you could write your own speech.
Uh-huh.
I said, it doesn't matter whether you're rich or poor, male or female, black or white, just as long as you're Jewish.
Uh-huh.
So I thought that was a pretty good joke.
Sure.
For a 13-year-old.
In a synagogue.
In a synagogue. No, it was too edgy for a synagogue.
All right.
He changed it to, as long as you're a good person.
Yeah, that really does soften it.
As long as you're a good person. It makes it not funny.
No, it
I didn't get any gigs after my bar mitzvah. None.
Right.
0.
Right.
0. Did I say 0?
No, say it again.
Oh, okay.
Wait, I blew it.
But the bar mitzvahs, you went to a lot, you went to a million of, right? I don't know. Was your area all Jewish?
No.
Or there's no such thing?
It's Minnesota, yeah. But there was enough Jews so that there was a large stream of them.
Right.
And mine was like a year later because I had skipped a grade. So, like, we cheated mine back like half a year. Like I was 12 and a half when I had my bar mitzvah.
What? This is ridiculous, Josh. This is ridiculous. You're not a man. You can't change the age of a bar mitzvah. I'm not really serious, but how am I doing?
You haven't hurt me yet, if you want to keep going.
Well, how could this hurt you? What could I conceivably say? Oh, great. Oh, are you afraid to tell people you skipped grades? What are you, smart?
My bar mitzvah was 38 years ago this week.
Wow. 38 years ago this week.
Yes.
My bar mitzvah, 12, 13, the day of my birthday in 1969, the Mets won the World Series.
So 52 years ago was your bar mitzvah and change.
Right. And I think I had the bar mitzvah sometime around my birthday. I'm not sure if it before or after, but man, I thought things were looking up for me there.
Yeah. Until the receipts came in. I think I cracked $2,000, by the way, but that was $1983.
You see, but here's what you're saying. You're saying that's inflationary. That is not inflationary.
No, I think I still did better than you.
You did better than me. So of course you could be easy for you.
But to be fair, my parents were beloved.
That's such a weird thing to brag about to somebody. As you know, Andy, I had a decent upbringing. Maybe that's where we differ. Oh, yeah, we do.
Oh, we sure do. All right. Why do I go the one? Why do I ask you questions?
I don't know.
Monish time. Ooh, I have to get this fixed today. Josh, you ready?
Yeah.
Shh. 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 You got it?
Yeah.
Do you know what that is?
That's a bridge that needs to be built under the infrastructure bill.
But my dentist, who's a very good, brilliant dentist, but he gets on my nerves sometimes because I'll say, hey, it's whistling a little bit, and he'll start into a material. Oh, you should get the thing, W.C. Field. He turns into a comedian. But when I come into the appointment today, and I say, and he starts, I say, there's a problem with my bridge. He goes, no, there's not. I go, shh, 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 shh. Okay, I'm practicing so it happens today because I don't want it to be like a car when you bring it in.
Yeah. Are you going to the dentist?
Yeah, I'm going to the dentist for both this is my second time back to the dentist.
Yeah.
And I didn't go for a long time, and then I got over not going. And I feel like it's cleaner. I think like it's cleaner there than anywhere because they have to be in people's mouths.
Right. I'm going to the doctor today for my pre-surgical checkup.
Old Jew Medical Corner.
All right. And what do you have to do then? Is there a test?
There's a test, yes.
They're taking your levels?
They'll take some levels. They'll take some pictures.
Now, this, again, is on December 27th?
Correct.
And am I going to be there for the procedure? How's it work?
Yes, I'm counting on you to be my...
Hold your hand?
To be my hand holder and valet.
And you're going to be in the hospital how long?
Until shortly after the procedure.
Oh, it's outpatient?
Yes.
Was it outpatient last time?
Yes.
What? That doesn't seem like it should be outpatient. They're inside your thing.
I agree. I agree with you on some level, and yet I'd prefer to go home.
Oh, you had the choice, though.
No, it's straight up outpatient. It's at a surgical center, not a hospital.
Oh man, I'm nervous now, but I'm not gonna be nervous. You don't need that around you.
No, I got plenty of it going myself.
Are you able to put that in your mind? Are you concerned? Well, you're not a worrier necessarily, right?
Well, I mean, I think everyone's a worrier on some level, but
right.
Am I obsessed with it? No, but am I?
Yes.
Do I have a nagging worry going on? Absolutely.
Okay, well, I'm gonna start.
There's a low-level fear buzz in me right now that I'm not particularly used to.
Oh, well, even when you had the big C?
I was weirdly calm about the big C.
Do you think it was because you were in the middle of something else, and so it kind of, you know what I mean?
No, I think it was just because I had sort of mentally prepared myself for it being that, just based on the reactions of everybody who was doing ultrasounds when I was in the hospital for my colon thing.
Right.
So I knew that something was amiss. And so I had sort of braced myself for that just because of my family track record. So,
wow.
And so when and the way that, and plus I had that false beat with the doctor going, no, come back in 6 months. And then my real doctor going.
The snail mail doctor?
Huh? Yeah.
The snail mail doctor? Yeah.
Yes.
Back in 6 months. Would you have been dead? I hate to say it that way, but
I wouldn't have been dead because it was pretty slow growing. But, as it happens, I got out with a very small tumor. And it would have been a somewhat bigger tumor,
Not to get too into this, but do they always remove the kidney? Is that always the first thing?
With a tumor my size, had it been anywhere else on the kidney, they would have just lopped it off with a safe margin. But because of where my tumor was, which was near the main artery to the kidney, and they could not get a safe margin without going into that artery. So they had to take the kidney to be safe.
Well, that's right. And the thing is, there's your one kidney. Is there absolutely no difference in function?
I'd put my one kidney up against two of just about anybody's.
If you're bigger than me, you're taller than me, does that mean your one kidney is in better shape?
I'm hoping. So far, functionally, it's been a champ.
A champ?
Yes.
Oh, so do you have to go in to get kidney function things?
Yeah.
Because I right now I have elective dialysis.
Wow.
I just like it.
Wow, that just seems like a waste of resources to me, but
it is not. And I meet a lot of chicks down there.
Yeah.
There are some depressing.
I'm using Keith Richards' guy.
Wait, Keith Richards' guy is would you, if you had the chance to, and it was easy, would you have your blood changed?
No, and nor did Keith Richards.
That's an urban myth?
Yes.
Oh, so is the whole idea of it completely a phony story about when anybody has it done? But I think they've done it for illegal steroid use.
I don't know. It seems like something that someone would fucking try. I know that much.
Well, definitely with the steroid thing, they put their blood through a thing.
Yeah.
And that cleans their blood so they can't be traced.
You don't know what you're talking about at all.
Of course I don't. Of course I don't. Of course I don't. But I do think, what's his name had it? The guy who was famous and he had Live Strong and then he was a big liar and then...
Lance Armstrong.
Yeah, Lance Armstrong. I think he had that done.
I don't know that he did.
I don't know that he did either. I haven't been following the Tour de France like I used to, which was never.
Yeah.
The closest I came to following...
So you're watching it? Is that what you're saying?
I never watched it in my life.
But you're saying you're not following it like you used to. So does that mean... Wordplay! Conundrum!
The closest I've gotten to understanding bicycling is from seeing the movie Breaking Away, which I enjoyed.
I did too.
Would you...
I'm a cutter. You're not a cutter. I'm a cutter.
That's Dennis Quaid, right?
No, it's Paul Dooley.
Oh. The goddamn kid thinks he's Italian. That's Paul Dooley.
Also
right?
Paul Dooley, yes.
Yeah. That movie, to me, was one of the best movies I've seen.
We just had a Dooley duel.
The goddamn kid. Well, I only have one example, so you win again. I love that movie. I saw it probably 4 times growing up. But I haven't seen it since I've been an adult. Yeah. But I'm assuming it holds up.
As of my last watching, yes, it does.
And who is the kid who plays the guy who's trying to be Italian?
I can't remember his name.
Yeah, because I don't see him that much.
No.
Have you thought about it? I haven't seen Robert Romanus recently.
True enough.
I think my bullshit is a little bit more palatable today.
It's light. It's light and bouncy. Light. It's a bouncy bullshit.
Should I tell you what the text message is?
If you'd like.
Dr. David said my appointment still remains at 1:00.
Do we need to know your dentist's name?
Why did I say my dentist's name?
I'll take care of it.
Oh, I'm sorry, but I don't like to have to do crap like that with you. But I don't do a lot of that kind of
stuff.
You
have no idea how much I cut out in a show, Andy.
But not for reasons of that nature.
Very rarely do I have to blur someone's name, but...
Right. I slept with Cher. Take that out.
Okay.
I couldn't think of one admission that you'd have to take out.
I apologize to Jeff Garland.
Oh, Jeff Garland. I mean, no, here's the thing. And I feel bad about this. I do feel bad about this, and it just shows you how I haven't completely dealt with my rage or my anger, is that I had a little bit of Schassafrasi. That's not what it's called.
No.
Lebensraum. That's not what it is. Schickelgruber. Tell me, give me a clue.
It's
Schadenfreude.
Okay, good. That's the clue you needed.
I did have a little Schadenfreude thing where I said, look at that guy there. Maybe I shouldn't apologize to him. Everybody doesn't like him. What is the part of the human condition that causes that? What's the point of that? I was right about him. He's a dick.
I mean, I'm always going to go back to narcissism.
Well, it's a good catch-all. But not a garbage diagnosis.
Right.
It's natural catch-all diagnosis.
That's true. It's true. Oh, there's the doctor again.
Hey, guess what? My goddamn
Try some mouthwash this time. How about that?
He wants to know if I have any. Oh my God! Look what he goes. Do you have any drills around the house? I need a water drill. I need a power drill. Does that sound like a thing of it? Should I be worried?
It was your dentist who gave you the nickname the Jewish Onion.
Well, that would mean I have bad breath or something.
Baba, huh?
ba 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 ba. I was watching something where you know how Wait What is now like everywhere. It's everywhere, and I was watching. I think it was like the Bible story or something. I think it was like Moses said it in this. That's how much he's like. Wait, what? I have to leave Egypt. Wait, what?
Yeah.
Why did this? And also, I'm seeing it in period. It was not an expression before a few years ago, right?
Wait.
What?
Yeah, it's experiencing a moment that's not pleasant.
and almost like the moment where all the commercials sound like my kind of comedy.
Right.
And that still seems.
And like your comedy, it'll pass.
Oh, that hurt. That's the one thing that hurt. Let me make a note of it. 11:04 a.m. You got in that time, Weinstein. Can you believe the year is almost over? Are you leaving for how long?
I'm leaving for 3 days.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Thank you.
I don't know why I thought you were going for longer. What is it? What do I think?
No, there is no longer. I have to come home and be cut into.
Oh, no. But but I thought if you're going Wednesday, see, this thing is, it's Christmas next week or something stupid.
Christmas is a week from Saturday.
I don't like it. I haven't done all my things.
Or this Saturday if you're listening to the podcast.
Thank you for doing that. I am not going to, I know what you think I'm going to say right now, and I'm not going to say it. Because I've matured and I've learned a lot from doing this podcast.
Yeah.
I don't say every time there's a lull, I guess there's a lull, therefore deepening the lull.
Right. I don't think
that's not me.
I don't even think that necessarily qualified as a true lull.
I know. That's why I'm angry.
There was still a conversation on the table when you said that.
I know. That's why, that's the thing. It's like you would think after these years that I would learn. Okay, I'm going to say this. I think I am better I think I've improved as a person. Not improved as a person, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like accepting my weaknesses. But I still, when there's any kind of a down moment, I still think I'm supposed to do something.
Right.
And I still feel guilty because we said we were going to have pre-meetings, but then we got on a roll. But I keep thinking there were things in the news this week that we had to talk about. But maybe that's just not true.
Well, I don't think that our take on anything is really going to change the course of events. But
are we the go-to
Mike
place?
Nesmith died. That's about our. That's about our
Let's
level.
talk about that.
That's about our level.
He was 78.
Yeah.
And I'm only saying that because I have a way of knowing.
That's the first piece of data you need upon any death, I think.
Right. And that feels young to me because normally I go, whoa, he really lasted. But now as I'm getting to 66,
right,
it seems young to me.
Yeah.
Did he die was it like an old age thing?
We don't know what he died of. Natural causes, they said.
And are you kind of a Michael Nesmith aficionado?
I mean, how deep do I have to be an aficionado?
Well, like I knew he did elephant TV parts, but I didn't, it's like I'm not as familiar with his like stuff that he made that was more like revolutionary stuff. Not revolutionary stuff, but film stuff. Like, did he do a lot of this?
Well, he got music videos before most people.
Mm-hmm.
And I think was influential in creating MTV, but he, and he produced Repo Man and Tapeheads and.
I think Repo Man was a pretty good movie.
It certainly is a beloved cult movie.
Is that with Harry Dean Stanton?
Yeah, and Emilio Estevez.
Yeah. I'm sorry I interrupted you.
That's all right.
But I forgot what we were talking about.
Mike Nesmith.
Oh, yeah. He always seemed like a kind of a funny guy separate from the Monkees thing. But I don't know. He also seemed like a quiet guy. I don't see him a lot on talk shows talking.
Yeah.
So he seemed like a kind of more of a private guy than like Mickey Dolenz, who I saw at 7-Eleven yesterday. Then I went over to another 7-Eleven because they were out and Mickey Dolenz was there too.
Huh. That's a weird story to make up.
No, but he used to come down to every sitcom in the 80s. Mickey Dolenz. He was like famous, or 90s.
Yeah.
He'd love to go to the filming of sitcom, and nobody barred him from going there.
Simply because the warm-up guy would go, Mickey Dolenz, ladies and gentlemen?
Yes. No. I don't know if he was introduced.
Maybe.
But they would check out, Mickey Dolenz wants to come today. Yes.
It's probably because he wanted to direct or something.
I'm sure yes. And he was actually a decent drummer or not really?
I really can't say.
And
because I mostly know the records, and it was rarely him playing on the records.
You do know the records?
Well, I know a lot of Monkees records, yeah.
And so it was Neil Diamond who wrote a couple songs, right?
Neil Diamond, Boyce and Hart wrote the lion's share. But Neil Diamond wrote I'm a Believer and others, and Carole King wrote Pleasant Valley Sunday.
She did?
Yeah.
What a great song. Who's Boyce and Hart?
They were a songwriting team.
But they were not involved with Buck Henry or they had nothing to do with the Monkees being constructed.
Well, either did
were they musicians
either
too?
Did Buck Henry.
I know that, but I don't. Wait, did Buck Henry write that?
No, he had nothing to do.
Oh,
with
God damn it! That was Get Smart, right?
Yes.
Okay, who wrote the Monkees? Who invented I thought he created the Monkees.
I think it was Bob Raffleson was the director of it. Yeah.
And Bob Raffleson was the film studio that was great.
Wow.
I do remember seeing this TV Parts thing and enjoying it. It was like in the 80s.
Well, he originally made a thing called Elephant Parts, and then he did.
That's
TV
what I
Parts.
meant.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
He did both. Both existed.
Oh, I see. Well, it was sad. Where did he live? In California, I assume.
I think, but I can't swear.
Right.
And he wrote Different Drum before the Monkees.
Michael Nesmith wrote the song that Linda Ronstadt popularized?
Yes.
I love that song.
There you go. Fun fact.
It's just interesting to me because it's just such a weird thing to me because obviously he was very talented. And if you could write different drum, you're very talented. So it just always seems like, I don't know if I heard this from just stories or whatever, but I always heard like he wasn't that happy with the whole thing.
Well, I think he was the loudest voice for going, let us do our own fucking songs.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Because
that was what the fight was about.
Because he was the most credible musician going into the thing.
Right. So, but I don't know. I just think it's like a weird thing, like when you're in the whole thing. It's a phenomenon that is a singular phenomenon that cannot be compared to anything else because it relates to the Beatles and it's particular to that time period. I know on Dick Van Dyke once, they had like Chad and Jeremy or somebody like that.
Yeah.
But there weren't a lot of, I'm trying to think if there was a lot of, I guess the Partridge Family.
That came post Monkees though.
That was post Monkees. Yeah. And I think I've told you this a million times. Like to me, when I watched the Monkees, which was in 1966.
Sounds right.
I said, this is the funniest. How did they do it? I thought it was the funniest thing I'd ever. Everything made me howl with laughter.
Yeah.
How? And I watched it as an adult, not that funny.
Yeah, like a lot of things that were dipping their toes in hippie culture via the mainstream, it doesn't hold up. I mean, laughing doesn't hold up either. You know?
That's really true.
Laughing is colorful vaudeville. You know.
Could we pull out 10 great bits from there? Probably, right?
Probably.
Was it?
They wouldn't be long. They wouldn't be long bits, but yeah, you probably could find.
Well, I think Nixon's saying
there was still funny shit, but it just wasn't. It's just like
Well, I don't think I think George. I was watching a thing about George, not thing about George Slaughter, but he was talking about someone. I forget what the documentary was, but he literally has all of his Emmys behind him.
I had a meeting with him once, and his office is. It's everything you'd hope. It is the biggest wall of he and famous people photos you've ever seen. It is, it's got the Emmys on the shelf behind him. It's everything you'd want George Slaughter's office to be, including very run down.
Why? I wouldn't think of that. Why would you think it would be? Tell me that part. Why would it be run down?
Because he peaked in 1970.
Was he always like when I'd see him at Montreal, he would make me feel like I was the biggest star in the world for like 7 or 8 seconds.
Yeah.
Mr. Kindler. Oh, Mr. Kindler. Was he very avuncular with you?
Absolutely. No, I mean, he was literally everything you wanted George Schlatter to be.
Oh, and he's not an unpleasant person at all.
No, he was very pleasant. He was just, I think when I met with him, he was trying to figure out his own version of The Daily Show, which is what we met about.
Oh, which he never did.
Yeah.
But he did The Comedy Machine.
Something like that.
He did something like that. And it was him, and I remember it was him in the studio
I think
going,
George Schlatter's Comedy Club was the name of the show.
Yes, which...
This was after that.
And it was... I always remember that there was a few of these things like Inside the Comic Mind with Alan King.
Yeah.
Like I always think to myself, oh, I would watch that if I could see it, but probably not.
Yeah, you would. Why not?
Well, I need to spend more time, and this is weird to say, but I don't spend that much time on YouTube.
Yeah.
Which could be fun.
I have a lot of good times going down wormholes on YouTube, for sure.
And do you have an account?
Well, you don't need an account.
I know, but do you have like a YouTube channel?
I do.
Oh, great.
I mean, I don't have, I don't have that much stuff on it, but.
Right. I know I don't have to sign in, but they always say, if you signed in, if you created a YouTube account, your life would be different.
Well, you have a Gmail account, right?
Yeah.
That's all you need.
Oh, I see. But I don't like to go.
It's all one thing, Andy.
I got a new thing that I'm so excited about. I have Roku in one room, and now I'm getting a Roku, the upper line Roku, which is like $69, and it has a head. It has in the remote control is a heads. You can listen to a headset.
Yeah,
that's so great.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Isn't it great? Do you think it's good enough that we should have a tech corner?
I think we should. Yes.
Or like, what was that thing that they had on The View, which was Joy's Comedy Corner? Joy
Behar?
Yeah, she'd have Joy's Comedy Corner.
Really? Ouch.
Well, actually, it wasn't as bad as it seems because she was a comic.
Right.
She's a comic. So
Yeah.
she would just kind of like sit and talk to I don't know if she sat and talked to a comic or that's got to be the worst audience in the world. The View audiences.
Maybe, although they're pretty riled up.
I am proud to say that I have not. I used to watch things like The View to get upset about it.
Yeah.
I have not. I don't do that anymore. I don't watch anything that I can think of to get upset about.
That's good. I think that's a strong step forward.
I'm a good person, Josh. Why do you say I'm not?
I resist almost all hate watching at this point too.
Well, that's very good. And you know what? The thing about the hate watching is you see this thing, someone saying something horrible. Let's say like on the days when I would watch MSNBC all the time,
right.
You'd see all these horrible things that Republicans would be doing. I would get so upset about it
right.
in the moment, and it just doesn't make any sense. It's just like it doesn't do anything about the issue.
Right.
On the other hand, I do feel like we're one step from annihilation.
I think one step might be generous, even.
And the thing is, I like Joe Biden, but he makes me nervous.
Yeah, it's not quite a presidential disposition.
And I'm hoping that he will.
You pulled out the word avuncular earlier, and it's not the right vibe.
And it's not the right vibe. And he used to have this habit, which he's fixed a lot, but where he used to say, but he'll say something like this storm is just terrible. And that's not hyperbole.
Right. And I'm not kidding, folks.
I'm not kidding. What is that?
This was a real storm. I'm not kidding. I'm serious here.
No, and when he first ran,
my father used to say, "Don't ever make a joke about a storm, Joey."
Is that true?
No.
Oh, that would be good. That would be good. You know, when I was a kid, we had a terrible tornado. I didn't want to go out of the house, and my father said, he said, "You go out there.
Joey.
You go back out there now."
Joey.
I said, "But there was a tornado." I'm sorry. I'm not sorry.
Well, you should have been sorry that time.
Okay, I am sorry. Wouldn't that be good if that was that easy?
That was that you were going for lull sabotage there. I feel like.
Oh, I hope I'm not doing those type of things that drove you away from me this summer.
I don't want to be that guy because I'll tell you, okay, let's get it all off our chest.
Okay.
It's time to get it all off our chest. I haven't listened to a show in like a month. I have to listen to a show. Is there a show you recommend?
I don't give a shit.
But you know what I was going to say to you? I was going to say, can you send me all the stings on a separate thing?
Right.
That would be a terrible thing to do. I don't like to listen to my voice. Can you send me the highlights?
Right.
Do you need me to work on new stings?
Now that you have your studio, sure.
Oh, I'm not starting on my studio till I finish the taxes.
Okay.
Because I really think I could take a month detour into that studio.
Yeah, but you're going to take the month detour anyway.
Are you saying
Why
should
not
start
get
using it?
done?
It's so sad. Did I tell you? I did tell you that the 2018 taxes are in.
Yes, I think you did.
And I got my check back from the government.
Excellent.
First, I got a person from the government who called and said, "What's the matter with you exactly?"
All right.
This is like almost
$8,000.
$8,000.
Money? You hate money?
Yeah, this is $7,500 back from the federal. What is your problem? Are you a person who just doesn't like to live life?
All right.
And I had to admit that
And you just wrote back, brother.
Well, here's the amazing here's the amazing thing about how bad taxes are. No, not bad taxes are. They have not ever contacted me since I haven't filed, and that's how stripped down. And it actually makes me mad because there's people not paying their goddamn taxes, you know. But the Republicans have destroyed that part. I mean, they've just sucked the money out of it.
All right. But didn't you have to file something? Like extensions or something?
I filed extensions.
Yeah.
But then they start to, in the old days when I was like a year later, they go, "Where's your thing?"
Right.
You know, and then,
and are there,
then
and,
you can,
and there's no penalties in your refund for the late filing?
No, it's only a penalty for
if you owe them.
Oh, no. There may be something like, I think in Montana or it's one of these states, there is like a late fee. I don't think there's a late fee for the federal though.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's been my excuse for all these years that they owe me money.
Right.
They owe me money.
Right. You're helping the government by. You're a patriot, goddammit.
You didn't tell me that we were in a flight path when I moved here. You could have said, Andy.
I could have said it, but I just wanted you here so bad.
And by the way, the turkey and the straw guy, he's year round?
He is year round, yes.
What would you like? You have any fudgicles? This year, as a special bonus episode, we should interview that guy.
We should, absolutely. You're the one who's on the street, though.
I am. I'm out in the streets a lot.
Andy on the streets.
Andy on the streets. That's the show. I still want to do Sherman Oaks. My name is Sherman Oaks.
Yeah.
And I'm a PI. Okay. Sherman Oaks PI.
Okay.
And then people say, "Did you name yourself after the city?" And I don't have the bit there, but I would say something.
All right.
I love the idea of being like and I think they try it all the time, comedy detective type thing. And what was that show on HBO where the guy, there's a guy who had, I don't know his name. He's in, they try, do you know the HBO show I'm talking about where he's like a detective, small time detective, but
no,
he's in a lot of the, movies that the election guy writes. Okay, just stop it. I really can't get back to it now.
All right.
I can't get back to it. But the point is, it seems like a good subject area. And then I know I'm not coming up with a show. Why am I pretending?
Well, the only reason a private eye show is a good subject area is because you get a new storyline that comes in each week. It's episodic.
Right, but to me, it's like I'd be a comedy version of Rockford or something.
Yeah. I would hope that's the angle you took.
No, I would take that angle, but would I solve a crime?
I don't know. I mean, I think if we did a Rockford reboot, I think you might be in line for an angel.
I love how this goes from this goes from with a comedy thing work to you're not going to be the lead, you idiot.
Well, I can't pull it off. I mean, there's taller people who are funny.
That's true.
Who can pull it off? I wish I could think of that show. It's like a closed. Oh, you know why? Zach was in that show.
Who was
on HBO?
Who?
Zach Galifianakis was closed in.
Oh, was it? It was like a thing with like Jason Schwartzman or something.
That's who it was.
And
yes,
Ted Danson.
Yes.
But was that about a private eye?
I thought he was a private detective.
Maybe so.
I didn't watch enough episodes to find. I liked it kind of, but I like that guy kind of.
Yeah.
But then he's in the movies by what's the director?
Wes Anderson.
Here Come the Liebermans is one.
He was in Rushmore, and
I saw that one movie, the Greenbaums or whatever. What's that one?
The one with Gene Hackman and that one.
One of those movies, and I was drunk. Everyone loved it. The Goldbaums, it was called the Flieberbaums. You know what I mean?
I do. That's why I'm not going to guess along with you.
Oh, but do you know what the name of it is?
No, but I don't want to look like you.
But isn't the part of the appeal of the podcast that I'm a fucking idiot who's like should be in either an asylum or a remedial reading class, and you are the put upon guy who has to try and get through the show? Isn't that one of the draws?
I think it is, but then there's this point where everyone's going to know I just looked it up online and goes, well,
and what was it?
I don't know. I'm not doing it.
Oh, I see. Yeah. No, the thing is,
I'm stuck on Capturing the Freedmans, and I know that's not it.
That's it.
No, it's not. Capturing the Freedmans was a documentary.
Oh, no, that's a documentary.
Child molesters.
That's an amazing documentary, and the teacher taught at my high school, Bayside High School. And it is something like the Freedmans, though. It is something like that.
It's definitely a Jewish family's name and a couple other words, but I can't come up with it right now, and someone will write in and set it straight.
Did you like that movie?
It was all right.
Yeah.
I mean, I find a lot of his stuff to be, fun but soulless in its way.
Yeah, because like Ben Stiller, I think, has been in one like that. Ben Stiller was in one that I kind of wanted to see where he was like a screenwriter.
I just thought of it, by the way.
What's that?
I just thought of it, by the way.
What is it?
It's the Royal Tenenbaums.
And Hackman was in that.
Yes.
And I was drunk. I didn't enjoy it because I was drunk, but it may be good. Might be good.
I don't know. Go back and check.
I'm not going to. Okay, I will go back and check. I saw that on my honeymoon, the Royal Tenenbaums.
Yeah.
At the Surf and Sand Hotel in Laguna Beach, and we were drunk. And I don't drink. I mean, I drink and it's fun, but then I fall asleep.
Yeah.
So maybe you shouldn't be watching a movie drunk.
I think you can, but I wouldn't hold a grudge against it for 20 years.
Oh, no, I don't hold a grudge. I feel like I missed it. I missed what could have been good about that movie.
Speaking of grudges against movies, I watched a documentary about Robert Stigwood over the weekend. That's on HBO.
What was it? What's it called? It doesn't matter. I'll find it.
I think it's actually called Mr. Saturday Night, which is a weird fucking choice.
Wow.
Because there's already a couple of Mr. Saturday Nights out there. But
I don't even think I know him that well.
He owned RSO Records, and he had the Bee Gees, and he produced Jesus Christ Superstar, and he produced Saturday Night Fever and Grease. And
okay. Okay, yes.
Thus the Mr. Saturday Night title. And once again, another documentary completely glossed over the Sgt. Pepper movie, which he produced. But it was not an interesting doc, really. It was partially because there's this thing I find where people who are doing music docs have this resistance to putting old people on camera, so they just use voiceovers.
I never even thought of it that way, but that's probably what it is.
I think it is.
Oh, it's terrible.
And so you just never, it's just a movie of footage, And so it's like, to me, just as a director, it's like, why make a movie without a camera? But that's what this was.
He's alive, right?
No, he's dead.
Oh.
He died.
When did he die?
He died in 2016.
Okay.
Though the movie really dropped off right around the early 80s.
Was he an interesting character? Or you can't tell.
He was sort of an interesting character. I mean, he was sort of, he had impeccable taste for a moment,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like he obviously got some level of the zeitgeist of the late 60s, early 70s to the mid 70s, and then lost that Midas touch.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he made a couple of amazing, he did the Saturday Night Fever soundtrack at a time when the studios didn't give a shit about soundtracks, so he got the whole thing, and he made a couple of amazing deals. Saturday Night Fever, he got a huge percentage of it because they didn't believe in it,
Wow. And
so he was he was one of those guys who not only had a sense of the public taste, but kind of understood where he could hit the studios hard with his vision.
Wow. I like that movie too a lot.
Which one? Saturday Night Fever?
Saturday Night Fever.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
And the music is great. Well, again, I saw that movie probably 5 or 6 times, but I haven't seen it in many, many years. And the sequel is horrible.
It was terrible, yeah.
And I remember this line from the Staying Alive. People hurt people, Alex. People hurt people, Alex. That's his name in the movie. Why is his name Alex?
I don't think it is.
Alex.
I think it's still Tony. I'm pretty sure.
Tony. Okay, I'm going to have to find out.
Because it is a sequel, after all.
He was named the same person. He had to be the same person, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're sticking with Tony Manero.
People hurt people, Alex. I'm going to find out what that is.
You might have been him saying it to someone named Alex.
No, it was a woman. It was the girl. It was the love interest in that movie.
Oh, that was your woman impression.
People hurt people, Alex.
Isn't it cruel that you're making fun of my inability to do
Isn't it
voices?
cruel that you're making fun of my inability to do
I told you.
voices?
Josh, I sent you an email saying, please stop mocking me.
Here, let me see if I've got it yet.
Do you?
Oops,
yes,
wrong
I
button.
sent you.
Tweet, tweet, tweet. 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 V-I-I-I. 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 Tweet, tweet. V-I-I-I. 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 Tweet, tweet. V-I-I-I. 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 Tweet, tweet. V-I-I-I. Tweet, tweet. V-I-I-I. Tweet, tweet. V-I-I-I. Tweet, tweet. Tweet, tweet. Tweet, tweet. Tweet, tweet. Tweet, tweet, tweet. Tweet, tweet, tweet. Tweet, tweet, tweet. Tweet, tweet, tweet. V-I-I-I. 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 Tweet, tweet. V-I-I-I. 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 Somebody say, tweet, tweet, tweet. Somebody say, Ocho.
Hello.
Hi.
How's it going?
It's going great. How are you?
Good. What am I on coke? Hey, I'm on coke. Help me. Hi, Joshua.
Hi, Andelina.
And Alina Schmooka Dinky 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 Bing Binky Bing Bing Bing. Am I into the mic? I'm trying to go to Twitter. Nope, doesn't work. I can't do two things at once.
I've learned that about you.
I'm trying to go to our Twitter page. We don't have to do that first. We can greet each other first, right?
We can. It's a way to go.
Oh, because we first get familiar with each other?
Right, exactly. The crucial feeling out period.
Yeah. Oh, I guess I started watching Succession.
Oh, yeah?
Don't spoil alert it for me. Have you seen it?
I've seen the first 2 seasons, but not the current season.
Okay. And I'm loving it. Will I continue to love it? That's all you can say.
It seems to be that people who love it will continue to love it.
Okay. So you're on the fence about it.
Again, like so many things, it's like I'll consume it in a bingey way. And
yes.
And then I'll have to wait 6 months or a year. And then I just don't care.
Oh, I see. That's the thing. I'm binging it right now, season 1. And it is exciting. I love that guy who I'm not that familiar with him. The lead, the middle brother who's going to try to take over.
Yeah.
But Jeremy Strong, I think is his name.
I believe so.
And he is very, very good. And so I called him today and I said to him, I think you're a very good actor. He said, excuse me.
He said, block.
Call block. So, yes. So that's, you see, this is what happened, and it happens to me. It happens to me during the show all the time.
Yeah.
I had another thought in my mind, and then it went away, and now I'm starting to sabotage the show.
You were talking about your love of Succession.
Right, but I thought that would lead somewhere.
Ah, okay.
So I must have forgotten it. The other big news.
The conversation has no succession.
Oh, I'm starting to get it. Binging, you watch it, you binge, you watch, not coming back.
Yeah, I just
not
don't care.
Back. Yeah.
At this particular moment, I don't have a craving to put a bunch of horrible people into my life. I feel like there's enough floating out there.
I just found out what I was going to say, but I told my therapist about it.
Oh, good. I'm glad you're using your time so well.
No, I'll give you the one example, and I think that you will say,
will I eat my words?
Not really.
Okay.
Oh, Josh, I'm not doing well.
You told your therapist about success.
Thank you. Do you include this part? Because it's so sad. It's sad.
Yeah, I think a little pathos helps everybody.
So I said, have you heard this? She goes, I can't watch this. She goes, I cannot watch it. Because she cannot watch people behaving badly like that. It just makes her uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And I think if that's the way you feel, you cannot watch the show because it really.
I think that's how my mom would have felt about the show. And I think I've got a little bit of that in me. But
yes.
It's, I'm well aware it's written by people. I don't believe, I know it's not a documentary about actual awful people, but in a way that makes it less compelling to me.
Does it, you can answer this, spoiler alert. Does it get less realistic? Because it seems pretty realistic now. I mean, I don't know anything about high finance except for my brother tells me.
Well, I mean, as long as you don't know anything about high finance, no, it doesn't get any less realistic.
And so in other words, there's a lot of in other words, if you did know, you go, what the hell is that?
No, I have no idea. I don't know about high finance.
Okay. Well, you know what?
I do not have any real VC experience.
Can you tell me that you don't have a dog in this fight?
I have 2 dogs, none in the fight.
Wait a second. That's not an expression, right?
A dog in this fight? Yes, it is.
But that's bad.
It's a dog fighting reference. Yes.
I don't like dog fighting. Can we switch that to chickens?
Sure. I have a cock in this fight.
Oh, I do too, but it's not operable. Well, isn't that nice? I beat you to it, you son of a...
penis doesn't work.
Are you drunk, Droopy? Droopy, are you drunk again?
I'm drunk with lack of power.
Droopy, I would think that since you're retired, it would be a better life for you. Just hang around the house.
Well, it's good to have a brother.
Can you believe I'm 65 years old and I'm setting you up for the voice of my penis?
Well, it would be it would have been a different voice 25 years ago.
Let me out! Yeah. It's very, very true. I was telling Susan a little bit about it.
Flufferfish!
What was that? Who was that?
It was Daffy Dick.
Susan started to make her sick. That I talk about. This made her so. She could tell she was getting hot under the collar.
Yeah.
until she heard the droopy.
You told me that.
Impression.
You told me that. It made me very happy.
Oh, okay. So, but that's is that? Maybe you can ring a bell when I start to say old stories. Bing, 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 bing.
I have a sting for it.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Oh, have I heard the sting? He doesn't know where he is. He doesn't know where he is. He doesn't know where he is. He's completely lost in early dementia.
Now I got a new one.
Oh, my laugh. You know, there's something delightful about my laugh.
There is, for a little bit.
Yeah, it's also unnerving.
Yeah.
How did everything go at the Doc Toro's?
It went all right. I got a little blood pressure issue, but other than that, everything is beautiful.
Hey, now you're in my wheelhouse, baby.
I know. It was like he was worried about the blood pressure, and I started some blood pressure meds, and then I got, he called me the next day, and he's like, everything else looks perfect, and I was like, he left a message for me. But I was listening for the message to the message, and it's like, yeah, everything else looks great, and I was like incredulous. I was like, really?
Oh, that is really good. That went right past me. Well, I assumed you would be in tip-top shape. If anybody has spent time with
once
you.
I heard the blood pressure, once I realized the blood pressure thing, I thought it was just going to be a cascade of middle-aged
that's right.
ailments coming. I thought statin was next. I thought,
Do you want the worst news or the dangerous news next?
Right.
Well, that's very encouraging that your statins are, that your cholesterol is good. Do you know the numbers of your blood pressure, of how off they were? And also, what are you taking?
Well, I don't really wish to share either of that information.
And why should you? But don't you think telling me what kind of drug you're on is part of the fun of the show?
I'll tell you. I'll text it to you if you'd like.
Oh, but it could be a beta blocker of some type.
I really don't want to get into my medication.
Okay, you don't want to get into it, but just tell me one thing: diuretic or no? Okay, that's it. So, what else? Now you're leaving tomorrow morning.
I am. Allison now has bronchitis, so I'm going alone.
Oh my God! Oh, she has had bronchitis. I think that means that you've had it before, right? Because I think you've told me about that. She gets it every winter sometimes, or no?
No.
Why don't I shut up? I really, here's the thing. It's not fun.
This is why I don't want to put things into your medical file on us, because you don't read it well.
But also, this is the thing where I think I need more. I think I need remedial help. I might have to have a nurse. Ooh, could be 24-hour nurse at home for Andy soon.
Yes. I like it.
Shut up. Shut up. Hey, shut up, you.
I could use a sponge bath.
You know what? Now I'm turning on it. It's starting to get me hot.
Yeah.
See how it goes around?
Yeah.
Well, the thing that's nice, though, is that you're traveling now. It seems like the country's doing very, very well. We're coming back from this COVID.
Yes, there's nothing I like putting myself in total COVID jeopardy right before a surgery that took 8 months to schedule.
When you put it like that, it sounds bad. But you know what? It's for bar mitzvah.
I know.
Why don't you cancel it?
Because I can't.
Oh, okay. But you're triple vaxxed, right?
I am.
Okay, so you're not going to... Well, the thing is, you could keep
that much I'll tell you.
What's that?
That much I'll tell you, because that information encourages other people, I hope.
So I think from what you're saying, you're trying to keep not a veil of privacy, a area of privacy that you didn't tell me about.
Right. It's a little thing I like to call boundaries.
But it's too late.
It's too late for you.
But I would make the argument that as soon as you told me that you have an operation scheduled, then all gloves are off. You have to answer all the questions.
I believe that I believed I opened up the operation area.
That's true.
Yeah.
So that was your fault.
And I'll be candid about the operation and the aftermath as I go.
But you don't want to dwell on it.
I'm already have enough brain power.
Right.
Assigned to it right now.
Yeah. Does that mean that I couldn't have an operation?
I hope you can have an operation if needed.
No, but the brain power problem. You're supposed to do the thing.
What? You're stupid?
No, I'm not stupid.
Oh
God, what is the matter with you? You know that my sensitivity is not to being too brilliant.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Einstein,
I didn't think you'd understand.
Einstein, that's one of the things that made him very depressed, in his later life. He go, I'm here for a fucking cup of coffee. Will you stop calling me a genius, asshole, and pass me the Splenda? Why would he have Splenda in 54?
All right. Here's your imaginary sweetener, Einstein.
Come on, that's my favorite thing right now. Here's your imaginary sweetener, Einstein. That combines all of my favorite Einstein observations into one wonderful joke. I also like I like mean Albert Einstein almost as more even than mean Bob. I mean, it seems even more than mean Bob Dylan.
It's the German accent. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, but why are you bitter? You came up with relativity. That was a great thing.
Yes, but I can't have a cup of coffee with someone calling me a genius.
I just think you're a very talented man. I didn't mean to take time out of your day.
Please move along.
I wanted to thank you again for your equation. Hey, can I talk to you a little bit about physics, Mr. Einstein?
Here's an equation for you. You leave equals me being happy.
I know that, but if you could just, I think I have this relativity thing almost down. So I think if I spend 20, 30 minutes with you, downsizing the brain to tell me, that would be great.
All you need to know is that you will stick to the earth.
You do a good German accent.
Well, thank you.
Shouldn't I be able to do that? Schweinhund.
Yes, this is very good. Now please move along.
Good old Major. Oh, I just remembered this name.
Security.
Okay, Albert, I'm out of the sketch already. Albert.
Yes?
Did you lose your harmonica?
That is a very good Simon and Garfunkel reference you made.
I didn't know you were into.
You are very smart. You are very smart. Yes, I take everything I assumed about you back. Now I'm speaking Russian. I'm speaking very Russian now.
Okay, look, we both took violin lessons. Isn't that something like we're both violinists. We both are good at science and math.
Yes, we are like identical cousins.
I just thought of the name Major Burkholder.
Yeah.
From Hogan's Heroes. I can't remember anything else from my life.
Yeah.
Hogan.
It was General Burkholder.
General Burkholder. Hogan. Who was that?
Clink! Is this how you run your thing?
General Burkholder. So nice to see you, sir.
Clink!
Is that Clink or is that Schultz? Give me a little Schultz.
I know nothing. I see nothing. Is that Strudel?
Is that Strudel? You know who's obsessed with the show is Gilbert Gottfried. Oh my God, right? He's so funny about that show.
Yeah.
How did they pitch it? Look, how did it get sold? That was my Albert Gottfried.
You're Albert Gottfried.
I said it and I'll stick with it.
All right.
I hate that whole thing. That's my story.
I dropped my harmonica, Gilbert.
I dropped my harmonica. No. All right, let me see. German. You shall be a Schweinhund. You will go to the Russian front. Schweinhund. That's my German.
That's really, really good.
And now here's my German scientist. I am Albert Einstein. I invented many things. Well, who's that? Sounds like a count.
I don't know. I think it was more Mr. Whoopi than Dr. Einstein. I think.
You delighted me. I was in a bad mood at the beginning because I couldn't remember one sentence.
Right.
Not in a bad mood.
Yeah.
Angry at myself. Angry at and you might say, to what benefit is that?
I think it gets in your way.
It does get in my way. And not only my way, it gets in the way of people enjoying the goddamn show. That's what I say about it. No, Andy,
I don't believe. I think people have made their adjustments to Andy Kindler.
But I think some people say, when are we going to have a new shtick?
I think there are people out there that like you more than I do.
Oh. I couldn't get my head around that. Oh. I thought they were going to say that they like me more than they like you. That's what I was hoping. Why would I want to be the most popular of the two?
I'm willing to admit that you probably are.
Yes, but it's only because of sadness.
I think people resent me for my privacy issues.
Oh, you think people, dear thought spiral. Andy opens up every week like a can.
All right.
Why can't you share? But meanwhile, you're Mr. I won't share anything.
I'm plotting a chart on Andy's A1C.
I mean, it could be a beta blocker. It could be Norvasc. Yeah. You know what? You should have told me. I just threw out some old Norvasc.
I don't know. It was something that he made particular attention to protect my kidney. So
I love that. I hire a guy. Oh, of course. That makes total sense. You had a thing with your kidney. But I have a guy who comes in and cleans out my kidney. Bing, 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 bing. La, 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 la. If you add music to any statement, it becomes that much funnier. Ooh. I hope I didn't wake Susan up with that.
Go back to bed, honey.
Don't start to have a flirtatious relationship with my wife. Please, Droopy.
Nothing to see here.
No, Droopy. That would be the worst. If I came home and found both of you asleep in bed.
Droopy, I have to, but you?
Oh. Who? I gotta tell you, I can't watch the news, and I know we're not done you'll cut me up, but I can't watch the news anymore. I just can't watch. I mean, literally can't watch.
We're talking about this again.
It's so terrible.
Okay, that's a good setup to your stand-up bit now.
Okay, but here's the thing. I mean, I know I've said this a million times, but I think that these pundits, like on these, like I was watching Inside Politics on CNN, which was a mistake. I turned it off in the minute. They relish the fact that the country's falling apart. They couldn't be happier about it. They don't see that they could get rounded up one day. They're just, Biden's numbers are down. Biden's numbers are down. And they literally sit around a horrible table and I think there's something evil about it. I know I'm overstating it, but there's something evil about it to me.
Yeah. It's hard for me to know because I don't think that news should just, be nice to the Democratic president. But right. I think everything is skewed because of 4 years of Trump and everyone going, what the fuck?
Well, I also think saying every second what his likability numbers are, or every second saying that they're going to lose the House. That to me is just them trying to create.
I agree with that, but I just don't know what responsibility CNN or MSNBC has to pep talking Democrats.
No, I don't want them to pep talk us. I don't want them to pep talk us. I just don't. It's just like I can't watch if I haven't watched in 7 months. I turn on and go and it opens up with his numbers are sinking. Let's look at his numbers. Right. He's going to look, and also just saying that they're going to lose the House. That's just a lie. That's just a lie to get eyeballs. Oh, I can't believe I use a.
Well, I don't think it's a. I mean, I think it's if past his prologue, they're going to lose the fucking House.
No, but I mean, if past his prologue, Trump will win again. I mean, I really do believe that the media was responsible for electing him in many ways, giving him hours.
No, I agree. I'm not trying to defend the media.
No, I know you're not. I'm just talking
because
with you. I know that.
I think I totally agree with you that things are poorly covered on both sides of the aisle. But and it frustrates me too when it's all wonkery number reading.
Right.
But I also feel like Joe Biden got elected because he was not Trump,
Yes. And he makes me nervous just in terms of his health and it's like every time he opens his mouth, does he have a cold? What's going to happen? Right. I know he's rational, Yeah,
I think he's a smart, rational guy. I just think he is not an inspiring guy.
No, because he still does this thing. He used to do it a lot, but the thing where he goes, look, we have this COVID's still a serious problem. No, I'm serious. No. Right. No, I'm sure. No, that's not a good, that's not a good way to, but I think the other side of that is just that he was never a great politician. I mean, he was an effective politician, but he was never someone you go, people are going to fall in love with. Although I think he's a good person, obviously.
I think he is.
Okay. So let's get that out of there because I'm just annoying and it's not even that I'm annoying myself. I think I've said it all. And I think that the main thing is that I don't watch it anymore. And that's a good thing for me.
I think that's probably true.
And Cuomo, I was one of the first people to say that guy was an idiot, but I didn't know about the other stuff that was happening.
Yeah.
Do you think he gets up in the morning now and says,
I'm not going to give you any visionary points for Andrew Cuomo or Chris Cuomo.
No, Chris Cuomo.
Yeah.
But do you think that at home, Chris Cuomo, when he gets up, he still says, let's get after it around the house?
I think he does, but it's with like a 5-day beard and a beer-stained terry cloth robe. So no one buys it.
I loved Mario Cuomo. He was the best of the Cuomos, in my opinion, so far.
I do not like the subsequent Cuomos.
Yeah.
Andrew Cuomo, I don't even like him a little bit. You could think, oh, he's got the same name as me. I don't like him even.
But what did you like about Mario Cuomo?
He could talk.
Okay.
He could talk the ears off of a dog.
Right.
He was very eloquent, and he was against the death penalty. But other than that, he never achieved the promise that he earlier. He was a very, I think, to be able to.
The promise was the only promise he didn't achieve was running for president.
That's true. That's true. But there was a little bit of he had a little bit of a there was like a little bit of a bullshitter about him sometimes, but that's politics too. But I loved the way he talked. I loved it. And I loved the way he talked about the death penalty and stuff like that.
Okay.
But I'm saying the apple does not fall from the tree. The apple is, the tree is shriveled up and is not capable of producing any more apples. No?
I didn't like them apples.
So I don't watch TV. Oh, but I'm starting to watch shows though, so that's good.
That's great.
It is. It's a definite improvement.
Good work, buddy.
Not only that, I installed my new Roku. I have a new Roku device that I installed. Very exciting.
That's very fantastic. Yes.
And also for private listening, which you don't have.
You have earphones in the remote now.
Are you here? I mean, did I talk about this already?
Do you think?
I talked about this already?
Yes.
How is it possible?
Because we talked 2 days ago and you said the same thing.
Why would I bring it up again?
Because you're very excited about your new Roku.
Okay, so it has. I tell you that you can put the remote control. And
your world has become very small, and this is a very big item in it.
And I got rid. Oh, I just am so. Here's the thing. I believe that I am getting healthier. Don't go by the show, but I'm getting healthier. Unlike, I will say, I feel like, should I not talk about what I'm going through because you don't want to? No, I upped my Prozac.
Oh, good. I mean, shit.
You can't react like that. Oh, good. How do you know it's good? Okay, so I'm up to 60 milligrams a day, and I can feel the difference, and I'm starting to feel different as a person, and hopefully it will help. It will come back to redound to our relationship.
Yeah.
Because what I would do in the past, I would get the Roku, I'd stick it in the closet. Like, the 8-track is another problem. I will get that out. You actually got me encouraged about that.
I don't care.
Like what? Okay, I know you don't care. But normally I would, when I start to install something, I mean, I I don't get unhappy. I don't want to read the instructions. Actually, you don't have to read the instructions now.
No, you plug it in the obvious hole in your TV, and then it talks you through 4 steps.
Well, not only that, it used to be you have to get this fold out brochure of the possible remote control codes that would match with yours, and you could spend 3 or 4 hours. Samsung 00999. This is fantastic, and yet my cable still sucks. I want to go. Are you going to go off Are you going to get off the grid?
I'm still pretty grid bound right now.
Yeah. Spectrum is like, it's like, here's what they go. We'll be right back, and we'll fix the problem. And then they'll say, "What do you think of our service?" That's not the time to ask when I hate your service.
Right.
God, this is certainly not going to be things that people will look back on the podcast. I'll never forget when Eddie talked about his cable.
Well, it's a nice segue to.
It's time for questions. What do you want to know? We love your questions so much. It's half our show. Half our show.
Oh, that does the whole thing. Pickle says, "Hey guys, I loved Walter Payton, and I can't think of a better nickname than Sweetness. Pretty great, right? Share memories or blowhard." What does that mean? Share memories or blowhardy? Do you know what that means?
Yeah, I think he's just saying, either be a know-it-all or have a,
Oh, okay. The MF, which I think means motherfucking.
Yeah.
The motherfucking NFL names the Man of the Year award for you. You must be pretty fucking cool. Again, beat sweetness as a nickname. I'm concerned of the language. Don't we have rules on language on our letters?
No, we do not.
Oh, okay. Fuck that then.
And they said MF. You said motherfucking.
That's true. I think so. I would agree that there is probably no better nickname than sweetness. Yeah. I don't know. What do you think?
No, it's a great one. I mean, okay.
Well, let's think of some of the other. What did they call Tom Brady? The fascist?
They call him Neatness, actually.
Joe was Broadway Joe.
Yeah,
that was pretty good.
That's not bad.
Kareem was it Kareem the Dream? No, there was somebody who was the Dream.
There was Hakeem the Dream.
Right. And Kareem's nickname was Lou Alcindor. He liked off the court. It's so weird. Off the court, they said, "Please call me Lou."
It is weird.
Okay, I'm done with this question.
Tweet Bahara says
tweet Bahara horror wee tweet jibba jibba doo wee.
3 Rolling Stones, 2 Beatles left, and a monkey named Mickey.
It has a nice ring to it.
Yeah, it's a super group.
3 Rolling Stones. Did you hear that they definitely are going to merge the Rolling Stones?
I think it might have been 3 Rolling Stones, 2 Beatles left, and a monkey named Mickey.
Do you know that I didn't, until right now, fully nail down that this was the 12 Days of Christmas?
I did not either. I would have read it that way the first time, had I.
5 in the Dave Clark 5. The Dave Clark 5.
Yeah, I think
that's pretty damn good.
I think you tagged it. Yeah.
I not only did I tag it, I nailed it. There's 2 things going on there. Dan Wade wants to know. Oh, I think I have an appointment with him. No, I don't. Dan Wade wants to know. Am I mixing up Dan Wade?
No,
with
Dan Wade is the Randy Newman podcast.
Oh, the Wheel. Right, yeah, I have an appointment with the Wheel of Randy.
That's
early
right.
January. Check it out. Dan Wade says Abbott and Costello and Muttley in a car with a dead battery meet Frankenstein.
There would be Abbott and Costello. Would be Muttley would be, and a car with a dead battery would be.
Is that what he was going for?
Yes. He was.
How come I'm not? See, this is where it gets down to intelligence. So don't even comment.
No. Don't call me Boopsy says, I know that you guys hate him and improv, but there was just an Andy Kindler and a third thing mentioned on Comedy Bang Bang.
Who do I hate? Scott Ackerman?
Yeah, I don't know.
You don't hate Scott Ackerman.
No.
You have no opinion about him.
No.
I mean,
if I have any opinion of him, it veers positive.
Yeah. I've been.
He tries lots of stuff. He does. He takes big swings.
He does try a lot of things.
That.
Yeah. Look, I've been friends with Scott Ackerman forever, and I still have problems with him.
Sure. That's how you know it's a friend of yours.
That's right. I love his wife, Kulop. But Scott, to me, is like he's what do you call someone who's just like a promoter? He's very funny, but yeah. That's all. I
think promoter is the word.
Yes.
Self-promoter, if you want to put a little on
it. He actually advertised himself as a self-aggrandizer.
Yeah.
Well, that was good.
That's bigger. That's bigger than a self-promoter.
Yeah, it's more larger.
Right.
Duckman says, "Hey, Thought Spiral, I just got my Weird Al tickets. I'm equally excited that Emo Phillips is opening. Do you have a favorite run-in anecdote joke of Emo Phillips? I do.
Yeah.
Do you?
I don't have a favorite joke, but I like a lot of his jokes.
Oh, I have a favorite anecdote.
Okay, go for it.
Run-in. Yeah, I maybe I've said this before. I played with him at the Comedy Den in Michigan, and it was like $20 a ticket. It was like $5,000. He was making a fortune in those days, but he was very, very cheap, and he made calls from the hotel lobby to save money from calling from the room, and then he would split all the restaurant bills 3 ways.
Yeah.
So he's famously, and I don't think he would be even deny it. He's famously cheap, but also a very sweet man and funny.
all those things, I guess, are true. I like emo. We've become friends weirdly over the last several years, as opposed to the previous 30. But I've always thought emo was one of the great joke writers.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's for sure.
And
comedically, he's gold.
And I'm sure.
And the person, he's great. He's great all around. He's odd. He's an eccentric.
He's an odd dude. There's no way around that.
How do you do you just like talk to him online, or when have you?
No, I've talked to him on the phone sometimes too. We talked during the pandemic at least once.
That's cool. That's very, very cool. But he's famously cheap, or maybe he got over that. But I do think that when you were making, I think I figured out he made $20,000 in 2 nights.
Yeah.
At the door. So to me, that would make me go, you know what? I'm going to make the calls from the hotel room.
And you never go into another man's wallet.
Oh, is that really a thing?
Yeah, it's kind of a thing. But
such a terrible. I'm doing it like a Jack Benny thing.
Yeah.
All right. Was it?
I didn't get my Weird Al tickets, but I got my Weird Al Christmas card.
Me too. Online, right? Email?
Yeah.
Oh, did I one-up you with that?
No, you completely lateral moved me on that.
You know why? Because it was in my mind before. I was like, oh, yeah, but you got to tell him that you got your Weird Al email. He also emails me during the year at various times, and he's like, he's unbelievable, Weird Al. He's more organized. He's normal as a person.
Are you calling him a self-promoter?
No, I didn't mean it like that at all. I meant like he sends like an email to me that I think it's to me.
Yeah.
But I can't tell if it's just to me, so I don't know. It seems like it's because I think, why would he be emailing me separately? I love it. My stories go nowhere and my attitude's bad.
I'll sign on for the first part.
Okay.
I have no problem with your attitude.
All right.
Jason, you'll shoot your eye out. Parton says, have either of you seen a werewolf drinking a pina colada at Trader Vic's? Was his hair perfect?
Those lyrics are perfect.
Yes.
And when you say that, all I think of is how much I love Warren Zevon. I never went to Trader Vic's. I think Susan did.
Yeah.
Did you ever go there? No, it was before your time.
No, it was still around, but I never went there.
But
and they were speaking of the one in London in the song.
Oh my God, I didn't know. Well, why do I, should I have, do you think I need more knowledge to listen to music? I didn't know that. I thought it was, there's no Trader Vic's in London. Okay, I'm not going to argue because you're right.
Okay, but I'm just going to start with the theory that the song is called Werewolves of London.
I know it said Werewolves of London, but I thought that was just a general thing. Are you okay?
Hold on 1 second.
Yes, he knocked all his gear on the floor.
What happened?
I actually have a sting for it, oddly enough, because it's happened before. I knocked all my shit on the floor.
But are you okay? Is there water?
Everything's fine.
Okay. So, yeah, I mean, I always thought that was just a general, I never even thought about the London part. And I heard Trader Vic's, and I figured there could be nothing like Trader Vic's in London. There would be no way there would be. But now you have changed my whole thing.
Yeah. But you were pretty. But so Leo Fuchs also couldn't be in London.
Those go. Give me that line.
He was looking for a place called Leo Fuchs.
Okay, that does sound more like London.
Gonna get a big dish of beef chow mein.
Well, okay. I'm thinking about that. You know what, though? I'm still happy with my the way I immerse myself in that song.
Yeah.
But you listen to. I've talked to this with Susan and Liz. I could listen to a song for years and not get all the lyrics because I don't listen to music that way. But I think you listen more analytically, so you get the lyrics earlier. I bet.
I listen for the lyrics not to analyze it, but to be able to sing along accurately.
True. That's true. No one's ever asked me to do that song. I don't know.
Little old lady got mutilated late last night. Was London again?
I love his song, Even a Dog Can Shake Hands.
Yeah.
It's all about you'll end up if you don't watch what you're doing, you're going to end up in the valley one day. That's from Sentimental Hygiene. Thank you.
Thank you.
Did you ask that question? Okay. So Chris Z implores, gents,
would love comparison between Joe Namath and Jimmy J.J. Walker's respective Medicare ads, including analysis of enthusiasm level and relative trustworthiness. Also, I see those ads most often during court shows and would appreciate any court show riffing.
Wow.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of very specific requesting.
I love Joe Namath. I do not trust him when he's doing the commercials at all.
Do you trust him more or less than Jimmy J.J. Walker, however?
Oh, I don't know. I don't even have retained the memory of watching his commercial.
Right.
Is he as ubiquitous as Joe Namath?
No, but same company. And I think the thing that really undermines Jimmy J.J. Walker's commercial is the fact that there's way too many pictures of him trying to remind people of who Jimmy J.J. Walker is with the dynamites and stuff.
He does not say that.
No, I firmly believe that he says dynamite at least once in the.
No, he can't. He hated that.
Why would he not say dynamite if someone?
Because he hated it when it was going on, and he would get angry when Dave Letterman would say, "Hey, it's Kid Dynamite." He'd say, "Don't call me that." And now he's leaning on it.
Well, you know, it's a career cane. Let's think of it as that.
I think about that like I think about Megan Mullally years ago being interviewed that she had done some voiceover, and they said, and they said, "Can you do the voice?" What voice? Your voice. That's not my voice. That is the voice that I do on that particular show. But if you want Megan Mullally, you want Megan Mullally, and it's like, just do the goddamn voice, and you know what I mean?
Right.
She all of a sudden wants to go. How would you do an impression of her voice? I
couldn't top that.
No, come on. You could do it. You could actually think of it and get a better read.
Yeah, but let's not.
You don't want to.
No.
Yeah. I guess what he's saying now is, now is not the time to make a stand against the dynamite hook line.
I think not.
Who's responding to that?
Don't let your hook line be a sinker.
But who's responding to that? People my age?
Yeah.
Hey.
You're the only ones eligible to respond to it. It doesn't matter if I respond to it.
No, but when you get around 55, you start to look over there and go, oh, what am I in store for?
Right. And I'll be sitting there going, I'm waiting for Urkel.
It's so bad because it seems like it's those
Time to fill out your Medicare forms. Did you do that?
But they are addressing it to someone who they're saying, we're going after the customer who's so stupid. Because they keep saying, remember, it's a free call. Remember, there'll be no charge for the brochure. I don't like the way they're talking to us.
What a new angle for salespeople to take advantage of scared senior citizens.
It's so terrible. It's a terrible product. It has to be a terrible product. Unless, here's the only reason why I would say no, is if his version of whatever it was so superior because of his endorsement of it. So I think I like Joe Namath better.
All right, I think I'm with you.
Because he seems less committed. No, he does seem committed, but just droning on and on. You may not be getting all the things that you're supposed to get.
Well, but here's why Joe Namath, just using you as an example. You're a 65-year-old man. You know who Joe Namath is. He was once an actual hero of yours. Now,
yes. He's still a hero.
Okay, sure. So you're a 65-year-old man who's still in love with Joe Namath.
Yeah.
And now they put him on. Now there's others like you, I'm sure. Now let's put Jimmy Walker in that same slot.
Wait, you think there are people my age who love Joe Namath who also then go, oh, so great to see him out and about?
Yeah, I think there are.
I think.
Or they wouldn't have kept him for 4 years.
Well, what's the alternative? How many alternative spokesmen do you have in that age group?
I think there's more than you'd think.
Dan Blocker?
There's a lot of people you've just plain forgotten about, Andy.
Let me see. Well, Urkel would be too young.
Urkel would be for my Medicare commercials. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, you're waiting for her.
Yeah.
That's going to be sad. You're going to remember that too. And I want to tell you, when you see that, I may not be around.
All right.
But remember that we had this discussion.
I will. You won't, but I will.
Oh, that was delightful.
Sad Panda says, what would NFTs sound like being pitched on Preschool Shark Tank? Also, in passing, Josh mentioned his China movie. In passing on 234, but I've only been listening since episode 120, and I didn't know the reference. I don't have the chutzpah to listen to the archives pre-120.
I don't think that's the proper use of the word chutzpah.
No, nor the proper spelling, frankly. But that's
no,
okay.
it's CH.
Yes.
But
the China movie is a movie I directed called I Need You to Kill. It's about the stand-up scene in China, which has changed since the movie because of the Hong Kong issues. But I went to Hong Kong, Singapore, and Macau with Tom Segura, Chad Daniels, Pete Lee, and Louis Lee, owner of Acme Comedy Club.
And I can vouch that is an I love that documentary. I've seen it 3 or 4 times.
Have you really?
And it's excellent. Yeah, I saw it once at an early screening, and I've watched it at least twice more since then. Because it's great. It really is great. And it's even better. It's actually not better, but it's still very compelling with what's going on now. It's even because you're thinking about how you wonder what that scene is, if there is I guess
it's not just about that scene. It's also about what it's like to be a comic on the road and what it's like to try to take your act to the other side of the planet.
Also about comics getting along. I love the part about these 3 comics who like Pete Lee, I didn't know as much about, and I wasn't it wasn't like I wasn't a fan, but I didn't know much about. But all 3 of those people I kind of fell in love with in the movie. That's wait a second. Who's the third person?
I don't know. Who's the second person, and I'll tell you who the third is.
It's the guy that you work with all the time now is great.
Yeah, Tom Segura.
Rick Morata.
Uh-huh.
And it's Pete Lee. And that's it, I guess, right?
Pete Lee, Chad Daniels, Tom Segura.
Chad Daniels is hilarious.
Yes, he is.
And all 3 of those people I was not familiar with as much till that thing. So to be able to highlight them and also have them be funny and to capture them being funny after a 5,000, I always think of like, it would never have been made if I had been the person doing it. I'm too sleepy, Lois. I want to get more food. So I highly recommend it.
And to answer the first part of your question,
and I'm selling NFTs. What's an NFT? It's a picture that you own but don't.
You like them?
I love them. It makes me feel very powerful to own a picture, but then I don't actually own it. I don't have any whites, but I own it.
Well,
so
how
don't
much
touch
do you
my
want
picture.
For that?
Don't touch my picture.
How much do you need?
What?
How much do you need for that, for this project?
Well, the next one I'm looking and investing in is a picture of a duck.
Uh-huh.
And I want $1 million.
We are, if we're not Abbott and Costello, I don't know who is.
I'm not Abbott Costello. I'm not.
I don't know why I message. I keep going back to this episode where and I don't know why I loved it, but I also it was disturbing to me where he orders the cake at the thing and he keeps having the guy add to it.
Yeah.
And then he says, I'll eat it here. I don't know. It's delightful to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good gag.
TJB.
No, go Mark.
Is that a new name?
Go Mark Comer is where we're at.
Oh, okay. Go Mark Comer. Says, I saw Gents and got fooled. Gents, how do you dress your dogs? Chicago style? Coney Island style? John Cougar Mellencamp sucking on a chili dog style? In Denmark, they top them with ketchup, remoulade, fried onions, and pickles, and it's great. I'm a Chicago drag through the garden guy.
Let me just go back 1 second. It's remoulade. Okay.
What did I say?
Remoulade.
Yeah, I knew as it was coming up, I knew I wasn't going to get it right. I should get it right.
I wanted to correct the record. That's it.
And it's French, I think, so I should have gotten it.
Yeah.
French Cajun, I think.
No, it's just regular French.
So is it spicy, the remoulade?
It's just a regular remoulade. It's just regular.
I'm talking about the remoulade.
We can. Oh, you want the remoulade? That's for the.
Is that the way it's pronounced?
That's the Yankee remoulade. I think that's probably better for you.
Okay, but not so spicy, right?
Yeah, it's just regular remoulade.
The spicy chili. How spicy is the spicy chili?
It's less spicy than the very spicy chili, but it's just regular chili, really.
I love the way you can pull these off. Like this guy, you could do a whole movie with this guy now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what was that guy who was the chef who talked like that?
Either you thinking of Paul Prudhomme or you thinking
Yeah.
oh, yeah. He's a very big man.
Is he still around?
I don't know. He's still around if he is.
Who read the last question?
Well,
I did.
we haven't answered the hot dog question, really.
Oh, well, I don't know. I don't dress up my dogs.
No? What, you just like a plain dog?
Well, yeah. And in fact, I discourage if my dog starts to dress up. I have him trained.
You're hilarious. I think we can all acknowledge that.
You would never.
But there's a serious hot dog question on the table, Andy.
What is the hot dog question?
How do you do?
It's a.
You really thought he was talking about dogs?
I am very
You really thought he was
embarrassed.
talking about the animal?
Yes.
The
I'll tell you why it
Chicago-style
happened.
dog? The Coney Island-style dog? The sucking on a chili dog?
Here's what happens to me. I think that I'm after all these years, I'm still nervous about doing the show.
Yeah.
I'm still nervous about listening right.
Okay.
And so,
But you read it. You read it. You didn't
right.
listen.
So I could not get, I thought he was doing, here's what I seriously thought he was doing.
Yeah.
A riff like I would do.
Ah.
A riff in my voice almost.
Okay.
But there's no excuse for it.
All right. As long as that's clear.
And that really is clear. So, I like I used to like sauerkraut, but now I like mustard and relish.
Okay. I hate relish, which is what really prevents the Chicago-style dog from landing with me. Always mustard. Good with chopped onions, good with sauerkraut and mustard. And then that's pretty much it.
And I just want to say, the chopped onions when they're raw, I can't deal with it.
No.
They're too spicy.
No, it's just I think it's too chewy.
Ah.
And no, it's too oniony. The onions mellow out when you melt them.
Ah.
Although when Susan makes every year when she makes the shrimp cocktail sauce, she chops up onions in there, and I don't even notice them. They're fantastic.
Yeah.
But when you put
not horseradish?
No, she does all that too. Yeah, no, she's very good. Worcestershire, she puts, okay, well, I'll tell you, she puts Worcestershire. She puts, what you just said, the horseradish. And, she also uses Heinz chili sauce.
Ah.
Is that bad?
It's a little bit of a cheat, but whatever.
It's so judgmental. It's so disgusting. The level of judgmentalness is just off the charts. Oh, I love that. I love how that is. Well, in a certain way, you're saying things that could be related to cooking, but mostly you're an idiot. Beautiful.
TJB says it's only a matter of time before Josh creates a sting to be played before every time Andy expresses disbelief at Josh's enjoyment of the NBA. I'm Team Josh on this, but I wish you both a wonderful holiday season full of happiness, family, and good basketball.
I would have to say that you're bringing up a very, very good point. Because I often wonder to myself, is it going to change the next time I bring up that I don't like to watch basketball that much?
Right.
There's no discussion there.
Right.
I can't make the argument and say, well, I'm right because sneakers are inherently obnoxious to hear squeaking on a court.
Yeah.
So I do think I think it's a problem for me.
All right.
So I agree with you that you should be Team Josh. But the thing that's amazing though is that it's not even started yet, right? The season.
Right, Andy.
It hasn't started.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, just tell me this. Are the Knicks doing okay?
They started out good, and now they're waning.
Well, when Patrick Ewing retires.
Sure.
Q-Mock says, Andy's fake dog routine at the start of Thought Spiral 235 was wonderful. If he needs to fake an injury to get out of future shows, he could even use the same shtick. But he'd need to show commitment to the bite. I have no memory of this. I don't know what he's referring to. I didn't listen to 235. That's the last show. How did it sound? Ow, 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 ow.
Yeah, a lot like that.
People love my characters.
They do, especially the ones you remember.
Huh?
Who want to ask Sous Vide says the people who want to know why Andy has not responded to the subpoena of the Congressional 1/6 Select Committee. His texts to Mark Meadows that afternoon are frankly stupefying to this longtime fan.
I always said that I was politically conservative. I always said I was for the overthrow. Ben, is this right? Ben Earhart?
Yes.
Says, are you guys ready for the new Spider-Man movie? Oh, and a follow-up question. What do you think of Elon Musk's jokes he's always making? Isn't it so great when a guy who has billions of dollars has to show everyone that he's hilarious as well? Yeah, you're absolutely right. But I will say that he's showing that he's not, he really shows that he's not hilarious. I mean, obviously that's the point of what this statement.
You really, you took him down with that.
No, but his neediness at at wanting to be a comedian and thinking he's a comedian is pretty funny to me.
It is. Yeah, it is absolutely pathetic and sad in its way. And yet he's the richest man on the planet. So
you do the math.
Is it him or Bezos who's the richest? I think it's him now.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it was Bezos.
But I'm not sure.
I'm not ready for the new Spider-Man movie.
No, I don't think you are. I don't think
I don't
think you can handle the multiverse, my friend.
Why do they call it a multiverse? Oh, it's like a universe?
It's more than one.
That's not my father's Spider-Man.
No, or your father's universe for that matter.
Is it still that guy who's playing the lead in that? The guy, is it
Spider-Man?
Who's playing?
It's Spider-Man.
Oh, Spider-Man's playing it?
Yeah.
Oh, how'd they get Spider-Man?
They got a couple of Spider-Mans.
Wait, is the person who plays Spider-Man is never featured in the movie because he can't talk? I don't understand Spider-Man. I really don't get it. I like Peter Parker.
It is Peter Parker, is also Spider-Man.
But he's completely covered.
Yeah.
Well, you can't see him.
Right.
So why couldn't it be me?
Because of the bagginess of the suit.
I'm done with the Spider-Mans and all that. I just have no interest in those movies. I know, but I think you kind of do.
I do have a kind of an interest, yeah. I don't have a strong, I don't have any skin in the game.
Right.
And I'm not going to argue about whether a movie was good or bad or right or wrong in terms of its,
right. That's a tired argument anyway.
But I will watch them. Especially with Disney Plus. No, I will not go to the theater.
Yeah, that's good. Do you have like a big, like a rear projection? I mean, do you have like a huge screening room?
No, I do not. You know why? Because I just don't care that much.
Well, that is consistent with your previous statements.
It really is.
About how much you care.
Stephen Elton Yates says, which is your favorite of the Monkees and your favorite monkey? Mine are Mickey and Howler.
Mm-hmm. See what he did?
Yeah.
He went on the second one. He went to it.
As a kid, I would have said Mickey was my favorite monkey. As an adult, it was definitely Mike. But I think Mickey, when I was maybe 5 years old, would qualify as the only crush on a man I've ever had.
What does that mean exactly?
I mean, I had like, I mean, not a sexual crush, but like I really sort of had a crush on Mickey Dolenz when I was like 4 or 5 years old.
That's pretty cool. I mean, I think you're the only person I've ever heard say that.
Well, then, I'll tell you about that. I won't tell you about my blood pressure medication. But
did you like his funny, like he was like hilarious kind of thing?
I thought he was hilarious, and I think I thought he was cute, and I think I was upset when he got the perm.
When he got what?
He got a perm at one point.
Oh my God. I really didn't know that
He went super curly, and I was like, that ruined the whole thing.
I didn't know it went this far.
Yeah.
With you, with head of the fan club and everything?
No. I had the album, and I had a Best of the Monkees album that I got very young, and I watched the show was on every day.
This is something that you should go to therapy for.
Maybe. If you think homosexuality is something that needs to be treated, that's fine.
That's right. There's no winning on my side of this bit. Can't win. I will answer the question and say that I kind of loved all of them. I thought they were all four hilarious. I thought Peter Tork was hilarious. I thought they were all hilarious. I couldn't believe it. How could they be so funny? because I saw it the first time around, too,
Yeah.
which I've said 5 million times.
And I'm going to have to go Diana with my favorite Monkee.
That's not a Diana?
Yeah, it's a Diana Monkee. It's a thing. Look it up.
I don't believe so. I can't think of one. Give me 5 seconds. I'm going to try and come up with a version of a monkey. I like chimpanzees. Are they not monkeys?
No, they're apes, actually.
Oh God, I do love. I like the George, or whatever the George style monkeys are. I love them.
Ah,
That's what I do. Wookie Talkie says, if Joe Cocker did sing a Bee Gees song, which one would work? How Deep Is Your Love? This was a poll. This was an online thought spiral poll.
with one vote.
One vote. I just saw that. 100% people want Too Much Heaven more than a woman, or How Deep Is Your Love. I don't believe that. I don't even know
either,
what Too
'cause
Much Heaven is.
It's the one I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know that song. How deep is your love? I can sing that one.
How deep is your love? Is your love? That's Joe Cocker, dude. Sethwick III says, I heard that James Mason dated the actress that played Zuzu back in the day. Would I be a cad to ask him about Zuzu's pedals? That was very cheeky of you. That's very cheeky. You were making crass sort of innuendos about my dear Zuzu.
You're upset, James.
I'm a little bit put off.
You're such a, you're so charming and you're so.
Yes, but I'm a man of honor.
All
right,
you
I'm a
promote cheap Thunderbird wine. How do you call that honorable?
All right, I'm a sellout. What do you want?
See, that's why yes and doesn't always work. You went the other way and it was hilarious. Shecky, I love this name. Shecky Flopsweat asks or inquires. And, to show this thread thing. In 235, you guys were talking about intrusive thoughts, which is indeed OCD. Pure is a funny Britcom about sexual intrusive thoughts, if you can find it. It actually does justice to OCD too. And the follow-up also, hey Andy, in 1990, my girlfriend thought she was hitting babies with her car. I thought the OCD diagnosis was ridiculous, but it was the start of learning how wide-ranging the symptoms can be. I'll try being funny again soon. Promise. I really appreciate this because, it really was in 1980 to tell somebody that I thought I hit someone in the car. It sounded so crazy to me. And as I've said, the person said that they have to ask, because it was a free clinic, they have to ask a supervisor because they had never heard of it. I wonder what'd you think? So you thought I wonder what he was thinking. Oh, the OCD. He didn't agree with the diagnosis at the time.
Yeah.
By the way, Josh, thanks for your compassion about OCD.
You're welcome. Freak.
What? Because I have a mental problem?
Whatever, baby hitter.
No. That's not appropriate, Josh.
No, all right.
I have a fear of hitting something in the car, so you shouldn't joke about that.
Is it a fear like a raging forest fire in you?
You're on today. You are on today. You're full of spit and vinegar. No, it's not spit and vinegar. Piss and vinegar. And you're gonna, what do they do in England? You're gonna take the piss out of me.
Yes. So then I'm just left with vinegar.
Right.
Yeah.
You're like a moody Groucho today. Not moody, but you know what I mean? Like,
say the secret word and go fuck yourself.
Yeah, it's like a cynical Groucho. Who already was cynical.
Greg Kelly says in an HBO documentary, Sondheim says his mother once told him before she had surgery that her biggest regret was giving birth to him. Pretty bad, huh? Andy, if your mom was even meaner to you than she was, do you think you'd have written a musical around Karen?
Well, one thing I want to clear up is that my mom was not specifically mean to me. I've learned through therapy that she suffered from severe depression, and she really did the best she could, which wasn't good enough.
I think that's a concise way to view it.
Yeah, and I think Karen. I think it's somehow going to be released at one point. I don't know why he said that. I don't think it's worth a musical, though.
I think it has been released.
It's true. I meant a bigger launch.
Oh, okay.
Shiftless. Did you just read that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Shiftless Element wonders. Interesting that you brought up acronyms on the last episode. My mom recently joined MALKION. Mothers who don't understand how acronyms work. You got me, Shiftless. You got me with that one. You know, you got me. You fooled me because MAL is the first three letters of my wife's last name. Hello? Are you there?
Yeah.
Are you okay? Josh,
Yes.
wake up. We're almost at the end.
Okay. Tom the Tom says, my favorite recurring gag on the show is Josh responding to Andy with, uh-huh.
But it's not a planned bit, right?
No, it's my version of yes, whatever.
Alpha Nerd says, strontium has a half-life of ESI 76, while ultimatum is stable up to 65 degrees in Los Angeles. If James Mason listened to chunks while driving south from Buffalo, how far would he be outside of Rochester? And the third thing, Thought Spiral is the best. If we gave away things, I would give it away for this wonderful, wonderful tribute and question. Thank you, Alpha Nerd.
Thank you for listening. And when I say listening, you've been listening. John Dunbar says, I noticed all the earwormy stings on the show are a cappella, a Barber Josh quartet. It's unsafe to have people hear one sing, his penis doesn't work, all day. Does Josh record them with instruments and cut them out in the mix, or does he have perfect pitch?
Ooh, I'm interested in hearing the answer to this.
I think it's a third thing. I think I definitely record them only a cappella, but perfect pitch is, I think, a bit of a long shot.
Yeah, but you have an excellent ear, and everybody doesn't have an excellent ear. My
But
ear
yes, no, I record one line and then harmonize to the line I recorded.
When my stuff comes out, there will be musical accompaniment. Well, you have stuff with musical accompaniment anyway. This is just a different chapter of the J. Elvis.
Yeah, I don't do the instruments and the things, and
Right. Well, you have to get.
If I was a better player and a better sound engineer, maybe I would. But
oh, wait do you hear what I'm going to come out with? Are you going to say, is that Yngwie Malmode? Who is that? What's his name?
Yngwie Malmsteen.
Is that, or is it another great guitarist? This guy's good.
Yeah.
Dear Andy, I just heard
Steve vying for attention.
And dear Thought Spiral, I just heard Andy's release of the thing. It's 2024, by the way. Unbelievable. I wish he had done it sooner. Call screener Leo, it says, illegally parked my car, Brad.
No, my car, Brad.
Oh, you read this one.
Okay. Illegally parked my car, Brad, in the bus lane on Planet Charlie today. In lieu of a hefty fine, the officer handed me Pizza Hut coupons. When I inquired, he said this was Planet Charlie. What comical business would happen on Planet Josh and Planet Andy?
Does everybody know who he's referring to?
No.
Do you know?
No.
He's referring to a comic named Charlie. I think his last name was Vericola. And his whole premise of his entire act was, on Planet Charlie, you won't be charged for drinks.
I think you told me about this, which is probably why call screener Leo is on board too.
Yeah, but you can't blame me like having a memory thing.
No, it was my gap. Completely my gap.
Yeah, and it's all like on
I probably said something like, uh-huh, when you said it.
On Planet Andy, there will be no conservative douchebags. That's all I got.
On Planet Josh, I'll care more.
Oh.
Chaotic Neutral says, hey guys, congrats to Josh for the, I assume, successful run of A History of Stand-Up Comedy. Any chance it'll get shot and released somewhere? Well, that's what we're working on. That's what we're hoping for.
What are we talking about?
Huh?
What are we talking about?
We're talking about...
Is this the Rich Scheidner thing?
Yes.
I didn't know that's what it was called.
That you care so much about. That I did a show here in LA last night and doing another one tonight.
Why don't you even know? I'm not going.
I know.
I can't leave the house.
because you don't care about me or what I'm doing.
That's not true.
No, I mean, also you aren't leaving the house.
Okay.
But both things can be
better.
true. Yeah.
Just as long as you added that other thing. What do you think?
I think we got another show tonight, and it's going fine.
That is really cool. I think this is going to be good because I love Scheidner, and I love you.
There you go. With that much love, how can we fail?
John from Tyler, Texas, where they make excellent barbecue, although the place that's from Tyler, Texas in L.A., I don't like it that much. Do you like it?
I do.
Okay, I think I have to try it again. John from Tyler, Texas, when was your last trip to the dispensary, and what did you pick up? Have you tried the new sativa strain? I'm not going to.
Yeah, you have to.
Have you tried? Do I really?
It's your it's your podcaster's oath.
Have you tried the new sativa strain called Pussy Lickers? Well, we don't have enough time to say what I got the last time. I mean, I'm getting a lot. I like the infused joints. I love the infused joints with the glass. Have you smoked anything with a glass tip?
No.
They're great, Josh.
Yeah.
They're really, really great.
Good to know.
You go, right? Every once in a while.
I go when necessary, absolutely.
Yeah. But you don't make it a cottage industry like me.
I usually buy flour.
Yeah. I think that's what you normally do. But I like everything. And I also, for some reason, I'm into the pre-rolled joints a lot. And I also like full spectrum oil. I take that a lot.
Yeah.
And in general, I'm a mess.
Richard Cole says, I didn't submit questions the last 2 weeks because I missed the notices. When I was a little kid in the early 70s, TV was called the idiot box or boob tube, and they said watching too much TV will rot your brain. I can't disprove that.
Yeah, I think that was a myth.
I got more you'll ruin your eyes sitting too close. I got more of that.
And wasn't there a radiation thing at one point?
Well, that was, I think, the imaginary fear.
Yeah. I can't. Both Josh. I believe that both Josh and myself are avid TV viewers, and we can't argue with it because we watch it all the time.
That's
we're
right.
Big fans.
That's right. It would be like Andy disowning pot.
Exactly. Although if there was a boob tube, I'd watch it because of my breast. Get it? Breast.
Hey, if you'd like to support the show, go to buymeacoffee.com/thoughtspiral.
What'd you say?
I think you heard me.
People hurt people, Alex.